Our founding fathers valued the right to speak anonymously. In fact, had they not had the ability to speak anonymously, the United States as we know it might not exist today. The Federalist Papers was a series of essays that were pivotal in explaining the newly written Constitution and instrumental in persuading the people to adopt it. The authors of the papers, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, and James Madison, chose to remain anonymous by publishing their work under the name Publius. Your guess as to why they wanted to remain anonymous is as good as mine. Perhaps they were afraid of recriminations from political enemies, but it seems more likely that they wanted their essays to be judged by the ideas they contained, rather than the identity of the authors who made those essays. Indeed, one reason to remain anonymous is to prevent people from dismissing your ideas based on who you are before they even give them a fair hearing. I suspect that this is the reason why Benjamin Franklin wrote under pseudonyms such as Silence Dogood, Alice Addertongue, Fanny Mournful, and Obadiah Plainman, and why John Adams wrote under names such as Vindex the Avenger, Populus, an American, and a Son of Liberty. So let's imagine that the Internet was around in 1787, and that Hamilton, Jay, and Madison decided the best way to propagate their ideas was through videos posted on YouTube. Suppose some anti-federalists filed false DMCAs to try and censor these ideas. Suppose they trumped DMCA counter notices filed by Hamilton, Jay, and Madison by telling YouTube that they had indeed filed a lawsuit for copyright infringement. Would the staff at YouTube keep the videos pulled, and would they have suspended our founding fathers' accounts? What would their attitude be? Tisk tisk, what a shame. But at least we aren't being sued for copyright infringement. Okay, scenario 2. Let's say someone was in a position similar to mine. Suppose they had received a death threat from an internet bully, and the bully got YouTube to suspend his account by filing a false DMCA. Suppose the victim informed YouTube of his situation, but YouTube refused to restore his account unless he filed a counter notice. Now, suppose the victim sent in a counter notice bearing his real signature because he didn't want to commit perjury and because he thought the bully was just bluffing. Now, suppose the bully received the victim's docs from YouTube and he used that information to murder his victim. What would YouTube's attitude be? Tisk tisk, what a shame, but at least we aren't being sued for copyright infringement. Also, keeping in mind that the victim had told YouTube that the bully had threatened to kill him, would YouTube's turning over his information make YouTube vulnerable to a lawsuit for negligence filed by the heirs of his estate? The DMCA would protect YouTube from copyright lawsuits, but does it provide protection from negligence lawsuits? Does copyright law trump negligence law? I don't know the answer. I'm not a lawyer, but I would love to hear the opinion of some real lawyers, and I'd love to have your input on that question. Does copyright law trump negligence law? Okay, number 3. The presidential campaigns of Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and John McCain all have YouTube accounts. So does Oprah Winfrey. What would YouTube do if someone launched a false DMCA campaign to get them suspended? Would YouTube take down their videos and permanently suspend them if someone filed 3 false DMCAs and they sent a letter to YouTube saying that they were suing them for copyright infringement? Would they be treated like everyone else? Or would YouTube say, "These are the golden ones, anointed by heaven's kiss. Lilacs bloom where they step. They've been sent to earth to enlighten us, and they must not be encumbered by laws made by mere mortals. They are above the law and above YouTube's sanction. Their praises must be sung, and special dispensation must be given unto them. All hail the mighty ones, and let no harm come upon them." And if an ordinary YouTuber objected to this double standard, what would YouTube's response be? "You dare question us, you insignificant blot on the internet? You don't like the way we run things? You think you shouldn't have your videos pulled and your account suspended when someone files false DMCA complaints against you? You make us wretch, you putrescent, fetid, bane of humanity. You don't like the way we run things? Then crawl back through the muck to the miasmic swamp from whence you came. So what will it be, YouTube? What would happen if someone files false DMCA notices against the Clintons or Obamas or McCain's videos 9 days before elections? Let's make this simple. Let's forget about them saying that we filed a lawsuit against them. Let's just assume that Clinton or Obama or McCain filed a counter notice 9 days before the elections. The DMCA states that you must restore their videos between 10 and 14 business days of receiving the counter notices. You can't restore the videos 3 days or 5 days or 7 days after receiving the counter notice and remain compliant with the DMCA. You must wait at least 10 business days before restoring the videos. So what are you going to do, YouTube? Are you going to take the videos down and refuse to restore them until after the elections? Or will you look into the matter and make sure that their rights weren't being violated? And if you will safeguard their rights, why not extend those safeguards to the average YouTuber who provides evidence that he or she has been the target of false DMCAs? I would be delighted if a member of the YouTube staff made a video addressing these questions. I'm sure the YouTube community would love to hear their response as well. In my next video, I will discuss whether YouTube should be regulated by the government. And in my final video, which may be a few days away, maybe a week away, I'm not sure how much time, I'd like to discuss some changes in YouTube's policy and some changes in the law that would prevent people from being silenced unjustly. This has been the Masked Analyst, under and in.